Okay, so okay, so I got another request of someone wanting me to review something, so I'm basically always open to. So we're taking a look at basically Lillia this game. This is a bit big, if you ask me. So we're taking a. This is so small. It's okay. So we're mainly focusing on Lillia, and so as I always do, we can talk about matchups and what I think it is. Meanwhile, you watch me draw some lines on the screen. So basically what I always want to know if which lane is having prio. If you're looking at this top lane matchup, it's a Shen against the Teemo. And it's basically ranged against melee, so I'm just gonna say that Teemo will have prio in the early levels of the game. Maybe if we get later stages to the game, like maybe level 6 or something, then maybe like he can do something. Because as soon as he gets his items and stuff, like maybe he can engage Teemo and like all in him all the time. But especially in the early levels, especially with Grasp, I would say that this definitely goes to Teemo. And yeah. So next thing is going to be the jungle matchup. It's a bit rough. Overall, I would say that Lillia would win it. Because especially because she has the late game. I mean, she definitely has the late game over Volibear, but Volibear basically is a movement speed champion, and Lillia is as well, but she will slow him and will also gain movement speed off him. And I will personally think that Lillia has the meta matchup. Early game could be maybe a bit rough if he like lands a stun and E on you, so you should take care of that. So you shouldn't take the 1v1 straight in a disadvantage. Then we got mid lane, Victor against Orianna. I would say Orianna will win it. And this is just my opinion. I don't think Victor is as strong early as Orianna is. So I'm going to point to Orianna because I think she will outpoke him. If you look at bot lane, you got like a Yasuo Alistar combo. Against Ashe, Seraphine. It depends on who will get the early push on. So, especially in this matchup, I would probably start top side. Because if your Alistar Yasuo is under their turret and they won't be able to do anything because they're getting outpoked by Ashe and the Lillia and Seraphine. And she also has a heal. She will still poke. Meanwhile, those melee champions get shit on. So I would say you should start topside this game, but that's just my opinion. And so yeah, well, yeah, you can just full clear from top to bot. And what I was gonna talk about was that they can actually maybe do something in later stages of the game. So if they got like a lot of all-in potential, especially at level 6, they can maybe do a lot, but we will see, I guess. So I guess we go into the game. Let's see what pathing you decided to take. Well, I don't want to flame it because I know it's only solo queue. But this timer is a bit late. I know sometimes it's getting late, but always try to be there when the game like spawns. So, especially, like this is a timer where you can see the enemies already placed a ward here. So that means they were here while you were like here in your base. So if you're now walking through here, let's say you're playing like low elo, so your team never covers, no one of you is there, and the enemies will just stack in the brush and just kill you because you're too late and no one noticed it. And no one covered because no one ever covers. Not even a diamond elo people cover. So try to avoid being late. What I would also recommend is swapping trinkets. on Lillia, because I don't think she has that much of potential to, yeah. So if you know you want to start bot side, you will want to place your ward here, so you will cover this area up. If you're, let's say you're playing against Volibear, and you will most likely full clear, he will start top side, do his blue buff, come in here, and just take your red buff, because he knows you will full clear. That's getting avoided by this. If you want to know the exact timer, look at your timer. If the timer says 0:42, you will reset. And while you're resetting, you're gonna place a ward here, so you can see this area. So this ward will like last, I don't know. This was a bit too early, but you can see that it will definitely pick it up, and it will be a lot safer, because you need to get your rotations, especially because the enemy's got this ward here. This means, well, this basically means if your lane doesn't get priors early, then the enemy jungler can start his blue buff, invade your jungle. You won't even see it, because there's like not a single ward in there, so you won't even see it. Meanwhile, the enemy's got a ward here, so if you walk here or here, because you would have seen it, then, I mean, if you would have seen it coming that he will invade, you can't even do anything. This ward actually is a bit late, is a bit early, so it will despawn pretty early in the game. But yeah, I would recommend to swap your trinkets basically every game. I know you, maybe it was because you came late. Maybe that's the reason. Ah, well, you could have actually done it. Yeah, if you walk through here and instantly backboarded again, you could have actually managed to get it off. Oh no, I want to see Lillia. Okay. Did you hit anything with that kill? I mean, you should avoid this. Especially this one. So those are small things. But you see, with your Q you only hit this one. With your W you hit those three. What you could have done instead is go in here, Q like this. So we will hit the big one, and like if you're here, and then you walk back. If you walk back, the minions will go into a triangle like this, and you can hit them all with your W. And if you hit them all with your W, you will get the region of your jungle item from every single one of them. Because this right here, this kind of sucks if you ask me. I mean, you really want the healing of it. So, even if you're gonna smite it, you still want the healing of it. You should kite more as well. So I see you like twerking around, but you can also drag them here, wait for your Q, go in, Q it, go back, go away, just stuff like that. So you can kite more around your Q as Lillia. It's basically like Hecarim does. Like here, you kind of tried it, but again, you could have done it further. So you Q'd here, that was good, and you backed off. Now you land a Q, what he could have done is go back even further. So, wait, I'm going to change this. So you could have gone even further, but you decided to instantly take it. Your Q isn't up again. And it would have basically perfectly fit the timer if you ask me. So back off a bit more, you can go in here, go back, Q it, and then go back, and stuff like that. So you kind of want to kite it a bit more. Which is probably one of the reasons you're so low health in your first clear as Lillia. And you spend 2 smites. This is dangerous. This is really dangerous. I mean, I think you can tell that it was. You might be dead here, yeah. So, let's talk about if we could have saw it coming. So what happened early game? What happened early game? You're starting blue buff, he's starting red buff. Can you know that he started red buff? Yes. Teemo is here, Orianna is here, and their bot lane is now spotted here. So which clear will Volibear probably take? He will probably just go into a 3 camp. If I would be Volibear, I would just go 3 camp it from here to there to there. And then I could probably go for a potential top lane gank or an invade, because you will probably full clear. I would have assumed that you full clear. You skipped Grump in that case. But I would have assumed this. So if you would have known that, then this would have not happened. Because this is pretty awkward. This is like a avoidable mistake. So you know that Volibear is the more dominant champion, especially in those early levels. So you shouldn't just guess it. So there was basically, if you ask me, there was a coin flip right there. So you should avoid coin flipping. Of course, you could have also been bot lane still farming there, but he decided to not. And that was kind of obvious that he will be kind of around top side. So seeking a top side gank is probably not the best thing you could have done. So in my opinion, you should have either taken the scuttle or reset. How much gold do you have? It's X, right? Yes. You have 700 gold. You can get like an amplifying tome, or no, I would actually go for boots, of course. And wait, you cannot. Can you even buy it? Wait. I mean, boots would have been. I mean, boots and the how you call it? Fuck, dude, I'm so fucking unprepared for this one. The 350 gold item. You know what I mean? This Magi's item. I won't Google it. Dark Seal. Fuck. You could have went Dark Seal, but maybe like. But as I said, so you have to be kind of aware where the enemy jungler is. So him being topside is nothing special at this point. This was kind of obvious if you ask me. Spending a bit too much time in base. I mean, those are just. I mean, this is just me seeing it. Like, you spent like 3 more seconds in base than you had to do, but this is like, if you really want to be hardcore League of Legends player, then those 3 seconds could actually mean a lot. If they add up in game, it's kind of bad. So now you're taking bot side scuttle, which is nice. Your bot lane has prio. If your bot lane has prio like this, so you're seeing your mid lane doesn't have prio. He's literally getting pushed in, like I basically said early game. How is top lane doing? Top lane is actually doing fine. I thought it would be worse. But you're seeing that your bot lane is having a bit of an advantage. Especially here. You're seeing that just look at this. Like, your bot lane is pushing them in. They're pretty low. They're pretty low health. So I would assume that they want to push this wave in and reset. So, but as long as you're here, stick around here. So if you want to do scuttle, stick it around here. I mean, that is actually a bit too large. Stick it around here. I know there's a ward, but you don't really have to care about the ward. You just keep your eye on mid lane, keep your eye on bot lane, and just do the scuttle here, kite it around here and stuff like that, and it will be fine. So I don't think there is a problem with it. So, because if you do it like this, and walk in here, especially because you got spotted in here, that means if Volibear would have been bot side, which he could have, because his camps are up. His topside camps just respawned. He could have just come in here, stayed in this brush, maybe even smited away from you, because this is a 390, so he could have actually stolen it right here, and then walked at you with Orianna maybe, if you didn't pay enough attention on the map. So now you're trying it. I like this gank attempt, okay? Like, I don't always flame it. I mean, I don't always... I'm not just flaming. So this gank attempt, I like it. Because this ward is... I mean, this brush is probably warded almost all the time. Especially because they probably pushed in the wave before. I can't tell. I mean, we could have looked at it. We could look at it. But, yeah, they had a push here. So if they had a push here, that means they could have maybe warded it. But, like... But you know what I mean. So it is high effort to go around it. I know. But sadly you didn't get rewarded for it, which I kinda think it's sad. You decided to not go in there, which was the right decision. So you go back to farming, you're Lillia, you're pretty good at farming. You can still kite your camps a bit more. So this is what I mean. Like, right here, you could have kited them, like, you can kite them till here. Like, this is the area that you can kite around the wolves. And what you do is, like, you just stick them in here. You're, like, kiting from here to here, which is not really that efficient. You could kite them all the way length of here. There's, like, a sheet, there's, like, a data sheet in, like League of Legends, jungle camp, how do you call it? I have no idea how you call it, but you probably know what I mean. Kiting. Maybe there's a map of it? No, there's not a map of it. Huh. Of course, I do not understand. I mean, I forgot the word how it's called. You can at least you can watch some videos of how to kite jungle camps. You're getting blue out. This is fine. Normally, I would say that. I mean, it's okay. Never mind. So this right here, it was a gank attempt of yours. But if you just look at this, first of all, you probably don't know where Volibear is, so it's always risky to take a gank. Plus, their enemy bot lane is basically on a turret. Do you think that you can actually do something while they stay here? Even if they stay here, and they don't have a ward in here, they can still see you here, and they can actually just walk away pretty easily. So they can actually do that pretty easily. So you always have to think yourself, is this gank really worth? Because I can see you got Scuttle respawning, you got your blue buff, you got your Gromp respawning. If your Gromp is respawning, your probably wolves are also going to be up, especially because your thingy is up again as well. Like your red buff will be soon up. So where do you? There we go. Objective timers. This is what I wanted. So yeah, it's 50 seconds for your red buff. Even if your wolves are not coming up, you can literally do those 3 camps and go through your red buff, and then new camps would respawn. So you can actually do a lot here. I mean, it's nice that you go for a gank attempt. You just always have to think about, is this gank attempt really worth it? In this case, even your bot lane starts Drake. The thing is, your Victor is your Victor's HP is like this. He doesn't have TP anymore. He doesn't have flash anymore. He won't be in this fight for sure. Then you got like a Yasuo Alistar combo, which is not level 6 yet. If they would be level 6, it might be a different story, but they're not. You aren't level 6, Volibear isn't 6, but first of all, then they got, I would say, some advantage, maybe. I mean, yeah, they got a flash more, but that's it. So this Drake was literally not really yours. It would have been nice if you would have gotten it to sneak it, but that's not the case. And the enemies maybe take this over now, which they could have. They could have taken this Drake. Yeah, this is basically what I mean. So this failed attempt literally cost you the Drake, because the enemies maybe they would have done it anyways, but especially in lower elos. What the fuck is that sound? So especially in lower elos, people don't even know it. People don't do this, and we're like, oh, the enemy started Nash. Now we got a Half-Life Drake here. Let's just finish it. So they just finish it. That happens, but it might have that they also did it anyways. So you go back to farming. You swap trinkets. I saw that. That's a really nice gank attempt. I do not like that you go for your early Sorks, because you're wasting like this is like 1,100 gold. I would go for early boots, but not for such an early Sork boot. I would say you, especially because you're doing so much jungle camps. Every single jungle camp has like 20 magic resistance. No, it has like 20 magic resistance. So this ain't really that worth. So if you would have went for what? For a blasting event? If you went for a blasting event, I think it would have been better. Especially because you're cleaving so often. Because you're Lillia. And yet again, this is... and yet again, you almost die. You have to burn... Did you have to burn flash? No, it was a plant, right? Tell me it was a plant. It was a plant. But especially, like, you see what I mean. You have to think about, can I really do it? You're not the, how can I say it? You're not the dominant jungler. You're playing Lillia. You're not that dominant against stuff like Volibear. And yet again, you're trying to gank a lane that is basically under turret. Diving them would be maybe an option. They don't have any TPs, but you don't know where Volibear is, but maybe he got spotted at top side as well. So you could have either dive it, but attempting the lane gank like this isn't really that good. Like, sometimes you realize it yourself, okay, maybe that wasn't so gankable. Your mid laner gets a kill solo, that's nice. You can go back to farming. Oh, wait, like, let me clarify something. If you were... Wait, I'm an idiot. A blasting one is not what I meant, okay? A blasting one is literally not what I meant. You're going for Liandry's. Of course you will go for your other thing, like the 900 gold book thing, like, okay? Before you'll be like, why would I buy a blasting one? It doesn't even fit into my build path. Yeah, you're right. That was kind of obvious. So, you know that Volibear was here. And I know this looks like a nice kill, but you don't have flash. You don't even have ult. You don't even have smite. You don't have anything. And I know this looks cool, but this Volibear is also here. And if Volibear just runs at you, flashes, or even ults, he has both. So he can literally Q ult, Q ult, ult Q you, and you literally can't do anything against it. And he will Q, W, EU, and you're literally dead just from Volibear. So this is really an unsafe position for you to stay in. So then you realized it, went into a shroom. He didn't even need to ult you. So you're seeing that was a really unsafe position for you. Yushen gets a kill, that is nice. Did you get an assist from that? You didn't. So you can go back to farming. You didn't have enough. I mean, you had enough gold. Like, in this case, I would have sold my pot for a pink ward here because Drake is up. But especially because your bot lane is also late on reset. You don't have Drake control in this game. Like, you don't have the Drake control of this Drake. You can clear it. You're clearing the wards. This is nice. This is nice. Pink ward would be better here. You realize that this is nice. This is really nice. Try to not die to the red, to the Drake. This is really nice. I like it. Did you have smite? You didn't have smite, right? He didn't. Or did you miss smite? Don't tell me you miss smited it. Either way, it's really funny if you ask me. You didn't have smite. Or is it a bug? No, it's not. Oh, this is so sad. It's okay. You can keep slowing them with E. This is why you max E secondarily, because you can poke more. And it's having a bit more slow. This ult wasn't necessary, as I realized. You're going back to farming. Reset. Nice. Getting the first item. Not enough gold. No, like, I can understand that you didn't buy ping words because you basically didn't have enough money, but you can sell those pots. Ask yourself, do I really need those pots? I'm a level 10 Lillia. If I am a level 10 Lillia, I don't need those health potions to do my jungle. So I would rather invest it into vision. This is what I think about it. But maybe it's just me because I'm used to play Lisa and Lisa doesn't need a health potion at all. So you will always end up that's nice. You're getting an assist. Poking a bit more, trying to get a cheeky kill. Nice. Trading ult for ult. Timur is actually doing a lot of damage. I was gonna say it's nice that you saw that top lane is also needing help. But you can keep poking them. Nice. Just keep poking them, trying to land an E. That's really nice. I like this engage. I mean your engage, not the enemy engage. This is nice. It should be Drake. Okay, let's pretend I didn't see it. So, you're getting the Drake. You continue to farm, which is nice. You're still playing Lillia. You like to farm. Your farm is pretty okay. You shouldn't walk straight into a Volibear. I guess you realize that. But you got a double kill. This right here could maybe be Nash. Could have maybe been Nash, but I'm not sure. I would say no, but maybe. Take the tier 1 together, which is nice. Get a free kill of Seraphine. So why exactly aren't we getting the mid lane turret? We need Victor in mid lane. We need Victor in mid lane to do something. But no one realizes it. Oriana will outpush this Yasuo so hard. We need someone with range. You get almost another kill, but that was a bit too cocky if you ask me. That was a bit too cocky. Getting Drake. So this is the perfect example. You got Drake up coming soon, you reset. This is nice. Tell your team to just leave this as well. Or do they get it? Even if they get it, like I don't think they get it, do they? They literally get it. But you see that Victor is having to flash for it. So I don't think it's something that you should have gotten. You get this 50-50, that's nice. I don't know why Yasuo is re-engaging. But actually, what the fuck is this game? Okay, he's dying on Timo maybe? Yeah. Timo's the fastest fuck boy. Oh, that's sad. So now you got soul point. Nice. You should go back to farming. Nice, you're cleansing everything. Nice. This flash wasn't needed. So, you hit your E, and at this point, maybe you've been like, nah, you could have just walked it. You could have walked it either way. Yasuo's coming from this side, so you could have just waited here as well and just go in, wait for your W maybe. You have your W. You could have just went in. But you didn't have to flash it. This flash was kind of wasted if you ask me. It's not worth for you to flash for it. So you see, you could have literally just walked this direction. You could have literally just walked it. I like it. It was a too early Zonias. You could have Zonias later. So, if you ever want to talk about the Zonias, let's talk about the Zonias. So, he's locking into your direction, which isn't really that smart. Oh! That was a nice Zonias timing. Never mind. I thought he Zonias after he just literally just went all through you. But that was a nice Zonias. Couldn't touch that ult. Nothing you can do there. Are you poking them? You shouldn't stay there. You shouldn't. Okay, so I can understand it that you're trying to attempt to steal it. But if you just look at it, it would be a 50-50. You are like 2 levels ahead of him. But he's still in the pit. So I would say he has a bit more of an advantage. Except you take the plant over and double your smite it. If you're able to pull that off, this Nash is definitely yours. The problem with this, like your problem was here, that you kind of sticked around this brush. You're like, oh yeah, I'm saving this brush. But they got an Oriana. So she stays here, Q's, and like she will Q, she will W, she will E. She doesn't have ult anymore, but she will hurt you badly. You should have stayed here and walked like, you should have like maybe stayed in here in this brush because it's not warded anyways. You have like your lens on. You could have checked it. So you would have walked in here, stayed in here. This is you. This is you. Could have stayed in there. And as soon as this plant is up, as you see, it's coming up now. And then you could have gone in here, jumped over with it, walked, put your W on here when it's the perfect timing for you to smite. So I have no idea how much Lillia damage does. You have 800 on smite. I literally have no clue, I'm sorry. You are not maxing W, so I would say like you do like 300 damage with your W. So you do like 1k damage, and he only has like 720 damage. And there's like basically nothing you can do. You can like try to W smite it, but they will basically deal the same amount of damage. So you should have definitely stayed in here in this area, and then when it was time, you could have taken this plant and go over. So, but instead you just decided to stay there even though you got spotted, and now you go back. You're just going back in here again. You were staying in here, got chunked from like here to here. You lost like basically half of your HP that you had, and you just decided to just do it again. If you ask me, that's not really the most smart opinion. They also have vision of you here. This ball gives her vision. So you just do this again, and you're dead. You're just dying for it. It's literally nothing that you could have done. So now it's time to refocus. Did you just base with like... Okay. I thought you just bought 1 pink board when you could have bought 2. So your pink boards are okay-ish. Only those things where you can actually like sell your... Do you not see the award? Those things do not happen. Especially junglers walk around the map not pressing right click. What they actually do is pressing like a button. So a lot of... Holy shit. So a lot of people... Hotkeys? Yeah, then. I can't show it sadly. So a lot of people actually have their hotkeys like player movement. You see this player attack move click. What this does, you press it once and it will basically, for you, it will look like a right click, okay? For you, it will look like a right click. It's like you're right clicking here. It's like you right click here, your character will walk from here to there. The only exception is if there's something attackable, like a minion or a ward, you will stop and attack this ward instead. Pretty useful sometimes. I don't always do it as well. How did you lose this net, Drake? So why is there no ping ward in the pit? So they cleared it. So what you guys did, what you did, you I saw you putting the ping here. This was your ping. So I saw you putting the ping in here because I don't have any ping and I just saw you place it. So what you did is like you placed it and then you were like, oh, look at Nash. I look at Drake. I still have 40 seconds left. I can do like 1 or 2 camps of mine. Problem is, the only one that was there was maybe Alistair, and he was like staying there. So not a single person, human being, was defending that vision around what you got. So you basically build a vision and let them retake their vision for free. Because like they didn't put any wards, like any special wards. No, you can't TP on that, that's okay. But this is like, and this is like an important point. Because now, you should have not done Drake, in my opinion. I think you should have went on trying to go onto Oriana. I mean, most likely go onto Volibear and like try to chunk him and kill him because you were like someone more. Because either everyone is like doing something or no one. But this guy just... Oh dear. Let's see. Let's see that smite from both of you. This is not gonna lie. Not gonna fucking lie. This is one of the nastiest things I've ever seen as a jungler. Not only Oriana ulting at like 1.2k or 1.5k. There's also a victory going across here that hit him. Exactly with the recom, I mean with the blowing up after the laser went through it. And a fucking Victor ultimate at the same time. It is not gonna lie, I don't think anyone in world could have actually smited that good. So I won't blame you for it. Because I don't even think... Did he even get it with his smite? Wait, he did get it with his smite, didn't he? Didn't see any smite animation. Oh, he smited it as 36k. 36. If Victor had like 1 AP more, like he would have, this would have been dead by Victor. So I won't blame you for it. I won't. This is a smite I can miss in my opinion. This is a wasted Zonia's. This Zonia timing wasn't really good. Do you die here? I think you do. Yeah, you do. Okay, you get a flash at least. This is a rough game because the enemies actually don't play that bad. They retake vision, they play around objectives. It's sad that they denied your soul, but you still got your soul point. This is really nice. This is a really nice catch. Tell you can't do anything with it. Not as, like you can siege mid lane a bit, but you can't get something major. What you should do. Like I'm just talking about, like it would be competitive. What you could do is like trying to take control over their jungle with wards and stuff. Next objective would be Nash. So you can prepare vision in their jungle. But this is more like if you're a support and stuff. So, or more like for the basic understanding. You guys getting engaged here kind of sucks because now you got 30 seconds on Nash. So you got a late reset. This guy is engaging. It works. You ulting only Teemo, which is apparently fine. Okay, never mind. I was like thinking if you would die there, but it's okay. You're going for anti-heal? It's questionable if you ask me. I'm not sure why. I don't see anyone that is actually having anti-heal. I'm getting spoiled by the timeline. You're getting soul. This is nice. So, I'm seeing a lot of pings from your team. So, I would decide to go 1-3-1 here. So, you guys... This guy's having ult up. This guy's having TP up. You should go 1-3-1 that. 1-3-1 that. And this game would actually be kind of over for them, if you ask me. You got Nash, you got Soul. Instead, you decide to 1-4 it. Now, what is an overall question in League is, I mean the rule in League. If you got your 3 lanes here, and this is the enemies, so you got like 3 turrets here. But I'm hinting. You got your 3 turrets here, you got inhib, and then you got the nexus. So what you always try to achieve... yeah, they're this close. They don't ask. They're definitely this close. So what my point is going to say is if you take the mid lane turrets first, I mean if you're taking early mid lane turrets, it will allow your rotations from the map a bit more easy. The thing is, this is most likely not going to happen that you can take those mid turrets for free. So what you mostly do is take out top or bot lane turret first, and then, I mean, especially this is what most people do. So they take out bot lane turret with, let's say they just gank there, take the turret, and what the bot lane then does, normally, is they reset and go top lane, try to take the top lane turret. So after you did Drake, so you took this turret, you took Drake, so there's no objective bot lane anymore. So you rotate to top lane, take this tier 1, and the next objective on the mid would actually be Herald. So you take Herald, go mid lane, take the turret, take this tier 1. If you can't break it without Herald, break Herald. I mean, use Herald. Kind of obvious if you ask me. So you probably always want to get those Urta turrets in-game first before you try to get the other turrets. Because the mid lane turret is like kind of rough to get all the time. So you need a bit more vision around as well. So what I most likely do as jungler as well, especially if we would 1-3-1 here, deny them vision here. So this is like, if you're like trying to siege here and they just go in here, you're just going from here to there and stuff like this. So those are the spots that you normally want to not have warded. So if you place a ping ward here, there's literally not a single way they can take this ping ward without going over, like without jumping over or walking across here. So, and if you're staying here, it's not gonna basically happen, especially if there's someone here. So in this case, someone would have told Victor, just go fucking top lane. And it would be a different game. You don't have any vision control. And you face check a brush that you shouldn't be face checking. Now what you basically did, instead of sieging the Nash, you just all fought it. There's a TP coming from Okay, someone cancelled it also. You also lost TP, you lost flash, you basically lost anything. Now the enemies are just so hard. If I would be the enemies now, I would go top lane and take this turret as well. Because it's literally for free. Just look at this turret. Look at this turret. Look at the wave that is coming. This is free. Like, this is free. This is theirs. Like, they can do whatever they want in this state. Look, they got 3 people dead. They got only Lillia and Alistair. If they don't take it, then it, like... Nice. Well, is he dying? He doesn't. So yeah. They took this turret. Who took this turret? Wait, the minions literally just take it. This is the most... Oh! This is the most sad thing I've ever seen. Okay. Never mind. Maybe they calculated it like the minions already take it. Oh my goodness. This is such a clown fiesta. No one is playing like around the map. Like... You got Nash coming up in 30 seconds. I don't see a single red ward except this one. So, they got Scuttle, happens, you can't do something. If Scuttle is gone one time, it's gone forever. But, like... You can't buy any any ping wards. Your top laner could buy ping wards. You support it and can't buy ping wards. This sucks. This sucks massive cocks. In higher elos, I know. I mean, there's some champions. There's some people that actually do it. They don't build last item. They actually keep their last item slot for ping ward. But no one does this in this elo. But it is kind of rough. I mean, it's 40 minutes in game, so no one is actually having ping wards anymore. There's even an item for it. Like, supporters even have a ping ward slot. They can buy like 3 ping wards or something. You getting engaged is also not what you want. I saw a nice engage of you. Oh, which is really nice. But let's be real here. Let's be real here. If you see this as Lillia, they are literally, every single one of them is literally in like your Q range. This is actually really fun. I like it. So what you do is actually doing the right decision. You flash queuing, getting charmed. Oh, you can't ult, can you? Do you get a hit? Oh, this is so sad. And the game's over, isn't it? Ah, that's literally it. Okay, so I just wanted to look at the footage. I just looked at his history and I was like, this is probably the most coachable game, because if you ask me, he had a decent form, he had a decent KDA, but he lost. The team, like, the kills were kind of even. I didn't even see the objectives, but like, you're seeing they have like doubled your turrets and it's like enough. So I was just thinking maybe I take this game. So and it was a lot to learn if you ask me. So there was actually a lot of things that I could have actually talked about. Some basic stuff and more macro decision plays. What most people just have to work around is the macro decisions, if you ask me. So like playing around for objectives and not being late for resets, knowing which turrets to take first. So why it was like people trying to take this mid lane tier 1 when this one is like almost dead, when there was like a wave coming there. It was kind of weird if you ask me. So I'm not saying that this game was completely your bad. I'm just pointing out that there could have been a lot of things that you could have done better. If you're, yeah, so So you should get more early pink wards. This is probably it. More early pink wards. Sell your refillable potion for, I mean, your refillable for it. Buy a pink ward. Try to look more into jungle camp kiting is probably what I would say. Your build is kind of okay. I wanted to look at your... No, I can't look at it. Look at your runes. Oh, but why are you always dead? Wait, what? Oh, your death timer was so huge. That's why. Okay, so I already talked about it. I personally would take celerity here. I just kind of like it more. Otherwise, I would be okay. In higher elos, especially in competitive play, you should go for the zombie ward collection. And yeah, it's just more of an effort. I think someone took it in this game. I'm not quite sure who did it. But I saw someone taking zombie ward. I'm pretty sure. Come on. Don't do this to me. No one did? Oh, he did. Never mind. Wow. Fucking hell. So yeah. I can't listen to the sound. So try to get more known into jungle kiting. I know it's hard. I know it's like not the easiest thing to do. It's like not kiting like in ADC kites. ADC kiting is pretty lame. Nothing special. Everyone can do it 5 minutes after practice tool. Jungle kiting is a lot harder. Work around not kiting your auto attacks, but especially work around your cooldowns. Cooldown kiting is definitely more skilled than AA kiting, like auto attack kiting. So try to combine those things, and you will be more healthy. Your clear speed will improve. I mean, not your clear speed directly, but definitely your sustain, because you were like so low in your first clear, even though you skipped Grump. So it's like kind of rough. So then try to work around where the enemy jungler is. You have to basically, of course, optimal would be know where the enemy jungler could be the entire game. I know that's not going to happen. That's like, because people, I would say, even if you would 100% know how a Volibear would path, like you know the perfect pixel perfect pathing for Volibear, but this guy the guy who's playing it doesn't know it. It doesn't matter what you think. You just have to throw wild guesses anyways. You can't, like, in this case, you could have maybe just early pink warded those brushes. Like getting an early pink ward here is kind of insane. Getting an early pink ward, like let me show them up. Like here, like there. There's like the spots that you can get an easy ward on. Maybe this one, I don't like this one that much. You can also put it in here or in there. I would say it's more useful if you put it in here. So if you put it in here, so every time he walks to the river, you see him, but stuff like that. So otherwise, I would say that's pretty decent. What I've seen, I saw a lot of good engages. Think more about your decisions when to gank as well. Because I saw a lot of gank attempts, especially at bot lane, where I was like, this is no way that you can actually do something. Think about it. If the enemy, like, if there's a turret range that goes like here, not the most accurate turret range, and the enemies is staying like here, then it's probably not the best decision to try to gank it, if you ask me. So, yeah. So I hope you, hope you learned a lot about this video, about my VOD review. I'm like always there for you if you want to talk about it. So, just hit me up. It doesn't matter if you just got questions. If you be like, okay, I got another game. I think I played perfectly. I have no idea what I did wrong. But why did I lose? Like, those are like probably the best games that I decide. But this was a pretty long game as well, which can be exhausting. I know, especially, I mean, I played competitively. Especially, if you land this, like, in this mark, in like 45-minute mark, it's kind of exhausting. And, so to concentrate and play perfectly, especially if you played a lot of games before that. I know those can be mentally stressing. Take breaks. This is what I can say. Sometimes you just have to take a break. And yeah. So otherwise I would end this video. I know it's been a long fucking video. And I didn't expect it. I didn't look at the game length. But I guess I said a lot. And maybe you can, there's a few things that sink in and you will think about next time. So yeah, I would say definitely try to work around the enemy jungler and know what he's maybe going to do, because you almost died like 3 or 4 times just because you didn't know where the enemy jungler is, and you should work around it. I'm not saying it's that you should follow the enemy jungler, because my old coach always said, if you're trying to mirror what this guy does, you won't be able to beat him in the end. Because if you're only doing what the enemy does and looking what he does, you will always be late and stuff like that. So you can't win like this. But if you know the enemy jungler is top side, I know it. I'm like 90% sure. If you're like not quite sure, if you say like maybe he's top lane, then shouldn't do it. But if you're like, I'm pretty fucking sure he should be top side, and you might take this dive at bot lane because you know he's probably not there. You also got like TP advantages, and just think about your decisions more, okay? Think about your decisions and what the enemy decisions are, okay? Okay, but this was literally it. I wanted to finish like 10 minutes ago. So I'm just gonna say this is this for now. So yeah, see ya.